free to talk to us? Busy. Okay. Excuse me, are you free to talk to us? No?
Sorry.
That's okay. Excuse me, are you free to talk to us? No? Trying. Excuse me, are you free to talk to us?
No, I don't speak English.
You do speak English? Okay. I was English.
If you want to ask the more political stuff, I like to ask the atheist
one.
stuff.
Okay, okay. Can I ask the ex-Muslim one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, okay.
Because then we can divide it up and more easily, and then
Very
we can
good.
both have videos. Sounds good.
Hi, are you? Are you free to talk to us? No. Okay. Excuse me, are you free to talk to us? Don't worry, I do this all the time, and 90% of the people will say no. 95.
Yeah, I would say no, honestly. No, it depends.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, look, this lady has like a Palestinian. Did she talk to us? Excuse me, are you free to talk to us on camera?
No, she could get in trouble because she's wearing police officer gun
okay,
stuff.
okay.
So she needs to know what you're gonna ask her first, and then she would say yes or no.
What do you think of atheists?
You know, so
Atheist people.
شو رأيك في الملحدين بشكل عام؟ طبعا لا. طبعا لا. She's not gonna answer us.
Okay. What about my question? What do you think? Do you think the conflict between Israel and Palestine is a religious conflict or is it a non-religious conflict?
اوكي الصراع الفلسطيني الإسرائيلي هو له سبب ديني ولا مش ديني؟
لا مش ديني ما له علاقة.
بدك حابة تجاوبي هذا السؤال ولا؟
لا ما بقدر
She
عشان
don't see, but she
إزاي؟
does.
ما بقدر.
She doesn't think so because she's wearing a police officer uniform and this
أنا
is
ضوابط ممنوع.
illegal.
That's
This is
okay.
unallowed.
Thank you, thank you.
شكرا.
All right. Did she say she thinks it's religious?
She's like, no, it's not religious at all.
She doesn't think it's religious.
Hi girls, بنات. لا.
La la. If you get a na'am, that means we get like.
No one would say naam, by the way.
Naam?
It's like, oh, okay.
What?
That's what we would say.
You say
No one uses naam.
Nobody uses na'am. Okay, with
It's like fusha.
all the Islamic Arabic teaching in school, it was all a waste. Nobody's using the words. I
Naam
thought
is like
it was.
fusha. It's like the language you use in books and in...
See, it's like learning Spanish in the U.S., especially outside of Texas or like Arizona or California, because the thing that everyone always jokes about learning is ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? No one talks about that.
جاوبك كم سؤال على الكاميرا ولا صعب؟
Wait, are you free? No, not even. Oh, we're gonna get lots of rejections. Trust me, I've done this.
You know, Armin's teaching me things today about this, though. Apparently, you know, rejection's okay because it ends up getting you toward your finished product. He's a Western-looking guy.
Oh yeah, Western.
Not the demographic we're going after, but maybe he'll answer questions for now.
Excuse me, are you free to talk to us? Just Arabic? Arabic. Only Arabic. Well, she will come and translate.
ليش كده؟ جد؟
Also sounds like Tehran as well. Not just it doesn't look. It's not just the look that is Tehran. It's not the people walking in the middle of the traffic in the street that is reminds me of Tehran. It's also all the honking that makes this place sound like Tehran. Everything is in Arabic that is not like Tehran. What else is not like Tehran? The woman in police uniform, she's not wearing like a chador, so that's not like Tehran. But everything else, oh, there's a communist symbol right up there. That is definitely not like Tehran. What else is not like Tehran? Yeah, everything else is like Tehran. Do you think the conflict between Israel and Palestine is a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
No, it's a political.
Political, not religious at all.
No.
Okay. And why do you think that?
Because تمام هلا انه يعني من واقع الاحداث اللي بتصير فمبين انه الاشي سياسي مش ديني تمام.
If you look at the events and how they happened, it's obvious that it's political and not religious.
And what are your thoughts on Israel?
يعني اسرائيل هي دولة محتلة في النهاية وهي ارضنا يعني فاهم علي كيف؟
Would you say that you hate Israel?
I don't hate the people, I hate the
Government.
yeah, I think.
Okay. But you don't hate the Israeli people.
انه الشعب الاسرائيلي يعني مخطئ تمام اوكي لانه رضيان في الاشياء اللي بيكون فيه الحكومه تبعته ولكن كشعب
Because they're not saying no to the government and what the government does, and they're fine with what's happening.
So they're complicit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And your English is very good, by the way.
I don't think so but I'm trying.
Thank you. Wow, he was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Do you think the Israel-Palestinian conflict is a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
بتعتقد ان الصراع الفلسطيني الاسرائيلي صراع ديني ولا مش ديني؟
صراع ديني ولا مش ديني؟ هو ديني وغير ديني يعني على الشكلين
It's
الطرفين.
like it's both.
It's both. And what are your views on Israel?
شو رايك باسرائيل بشكل عام؟
إسرائيل والله شوفي يعني أنا بالنسبة لي أنا بني آدم فلسطيني بفتخر إني فلسطيني. حكيت لك إياها قبل شوي كل واحد الله يعينه عديم.
He's like so I like this about he's like he understands people. He understands that everyone has different views and religion. That's what he said.
But do you think that Israelis and Palestinians could one day live side by side with each other in peace?
تعال نفهم الايام الاسرائيلي والفلسطيني ممكن يعيشوا مع بعض بسلام.
No.
Never?
No.
Sure. What's his solution? What do you think is the
شو الحل
solution?
بالنسبة لك طيب هاي المشكلة؟
شو الحال؟ كلمة مش كلام أنا فلسطيني وبفتخر. بالنسبة لدولة إسرائيل أصلا ما في دولة اسمها إسرائيل.
He's like I'm Palestinian, I'm proud, and for Israel he doesn't believe that there's a country called Israel.
So
He doesn't acknowledge its existence.
you don't acknowledge the existence. So
انك انت مش بتعترف بوجود اسرائيل يعني.
ولا راح أعترف.
And he would never.
no. Okay. Thank you.
شكرا.
يعطيك العافية.
Do you think the conflict between Israel and Palestine is a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
No, it's not. No.
It's not a religious conflict. Do you think Israelis and Palestinians will one day be able to live side by side in peace?
ممكن.
How?
إنه أصلا صفة إنه يعني وين ما كان موجود إسرائيلي وين ما كان موجود عربي فيعني الإشي طبيعي. بس إنه
She's saying like there's Israelis and Palestinians everywhere, and it's like the natural course for them to live in peace.
And what are your views on Israel as a country?
شو رأيك بإسرائيل بشكل عام يعني؟
أكيد إنه دولة احتلال يعني
It's an
إنه
occupying country.
أجوا على أرض هم مش إلهم وهم اعتبروها
They
نهاية.
took a land and they made
تمام.
it yours even though it wasn't.
So do you accept Israel as a country, or do you think Israel is not a country? It should not
تعترفي بإسرائيل كدولة ولا تعتبريها مش
لا.
دولة؟
Okay. And if somebody was an Israeli, a Jewish Israeli, and they wanted to be your friend, would you accept them as a friend?
إذا في حدا يهودي إسرائيلي إنه ممكن يكون صديقك في يوم من الأيام تحكي
مستحيل.
معه أو لا؟ No way.
No? All right. Shukran. Thank you. Bye. Do you think the conflict between Israel and Palestine is a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
الصراع الإسرائيلي الفلسطيني ديني ولا مش ديني؟
إسرائيل أول إشي هي ديانة من الكتب السماوية
إسرائيل إيش؟
من الكتب السماوية اللي كيف الديانة
لا قصده إنه
كدولة مش دولة. دولتنا إحنا فلسطين مش دولة إسرائيل مش زي ما هم معتقدين.
He's saying like Judaism is religious and it's important. But he's saying that Israel is not a country but Palestine is.
Okay, but do they say it's a religious conflict?
هلا هي بالنسبة لك صراع ديني ولا لا؟ طب الأخير هو صراع
الدين-
علاقة بالدين.
لا ما
شوفي هو بالنسبة
دينهم احنا إلنا ديننا
Because
هاي
everyone has
هو
ديانات
بالنسبة-
متعددة بس الاختلاف في الرأي إنه هم بدهم أرضنا بدهم
She's
يستولوا
saying
على
the
كل شيء
conflict is over
بيقنعوا
religion,
أنفسهم
right? And it's
هو
not over
برضه
religion.
برضه الصراع مش بس صراع ديني. الصراع الديني انه لما واحد يدخل على القدس او يسكر باب من مصليات المسلمين فهذا له صراع.
صراع
ولما
ديني قصدك؟
هذا صراع
It's
ديني.
like it's not all religious, but when some like Israeli officers or whatever they close the gates of the mosque of Dome of the Rock, it turns religious because they're stopping people from entering.
والصراع السياسي هو لما يجي ياخذ دور واحد
مش من حق
او يهدمها.
It's like political conflict is when they
يدافع
take
عن
someone's
أرضه.
land and they take someone's home and they demolish it.
يدافع عن عرضه وعن وطنه.
And that's why people have to defend their land and their honor and their country.
Can they be friends with them? If an Israeli wants to be friends with them, would they accept them as a friend?
في لنا اصدقاء
We
في
have-
الداخل.
We have so many friends in there.
بس مش سياسيين
بس
عادي
يعني
ناس عاديين يعني بتحكي معاه
يعني
سياسي قد
Like normal people
إلك
living
وضعك
political
وأنا
aside.
إلي وضعي تحطش الوضع السياسي بيه تحكي معي حكي عادي مش
So they talk like
صديق بمعنى
about
الصديق
random things and not political things, and they're not politicized.
So they can be friends with
Yeah,
them.
they can. They already have friends.
They already have Israeli friends.
عندنا أصدقاء على الفيس.
On Facebook and social media.
Okay, not in person.
هسا اللي بيكونوا إسرائيليين مش إسرائيليين هذول عرب إسرائيليين فلسطينيين منضمين للدولة
هو بيقول
الإسرائيلية
عن
لأنهم
إسرائيل
هناك فهمتني؟
هو بيقول عن اليهود نفسهم.
لا اليهود شخصيا ما لناش اصحاب فيش ما حد بيجي اصحاب
في بس انهم هذول مع القضيه الفلسطينيه
اللي بيحكي
معهم مع القضيه الفلسطينيه ولهم يعني شغلات منيحه.
So he's saying that his Jewish Israeli friends are pro-Palestinian.
Oh, okay.
And she's saying she doesn't have any Jewish Israeli
وهم
friends.
معترفين في الدولة
And
الفلسطينية.
those Jewish friends of his, they acknowledge the Palestinian state and they're pro-Palestinian.
So there's a condition for having Israeli friends is that they acknowledge that Israel is committing.
So بالنسبة لك الشرط انك يكون عندك صديق اسرائيلي انه يكون بيعترف بفلسطين.
مش بس بيعترف في فلسطين. يعني
يمنع الدم اللي بيصير
يحترمني واحترمه فهذا الاشي منيح.
ما هم إلهم حق العيش.
Respect and they have to acknowledge Palestinian existence and she's saying they have to do something about the bloodshed.
Thank you. Shukran. Thank you.
Shukran.
Oh, shukran. Let me know what you think about the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Do you think it's mostly a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
إذا بدنا نمشي في العمق ديني. اليهود بيقولوا ديني، يعني يوم بكون امبارح نتنياهو انه يكون ان اليهود دولة قومية، معناها هو بيحكي من منطلق ديني مش من منطلق سياسي بالدرجة الأخرى.
He's saying that
شجعني انت.
if you go into the depth, it's religious because even though like Netanyahu yesterday said about the Nationality Act that they passed,
Nationality.
But Israel is a country for Jewish people only, so yes, it kind of makes it religious.
Okay, so it's a religious conflict. Do you think that Palestinians and Israelis will ever be able to live side by side in peace?
والله إذا بدك تعيش على التلفزيون والفيسبوك بعيشوا بسلام، بس على أرض الواقع لا.
It's like maybe on television and Facebook they can live together in peace, but in reality they don't think they would.
So you will never have peace?
ولا عمره راح يكون في سلام يعني؟
لا.
So what do you suggest? Like, do you have any solution to the current conflict?
شو بتقترح؟ شو عندك حل للصراع الحالي؟
كل واحد يروح على داره.
Everyone should go to their homes.
What do you mean that? But do you mean Israelis should leave this land?
من وين ما جاي يروح. هذا
Like,
المشكلة.
they should go back to where they came from.
Can you be friends with an Israeli?
سؤال ثاني، أنت من وين؟ Where are you from?
Canada.
كندا. طيب تقدر تيجي تعيش هون؟
Can you come and live here?
Can I come in here?
وين
Live
قصدك؟
here?
فلسطين ولا
في
إسرائيل؟
فلسطين.
Can you come and live here in Palestine, in Palestine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
محلي في داري غصب عني.
In his own home against his own will?
No, by invitation.
No, بس إذا بعت لي دعوة.
احنا ما بعت لهمنيش دعوة، هم باجوا بالسلاح.
We didn't send an invitation, they came with weapons.
Can you be friends with an Israeli?
بنكون صديق بس هيك بس.
Yeah, we can be friends.
Do you think Arab Israelis are betraying their Palestinian brothers and sisters?
ليش بدهم يخونوهم يعني؟ هم عايشين في دورهم
They're
بالأول
living
وفي
in their
الآخر.
own homes.
Okay. If Israel never leaves, do you think the second best outcome would be a one-state solution or two-state solution?
حل دولة واحدة، يا احنا يا
One
هم.
state, yes, one state.
يا احنا يا هم.
One state?
It's either us or them.
يعني هلكيت عرب إسرائيل صاروا يهود؟
لا.
مش محتفظين بس بدينهم، هلكيت هم تحت وين؟ هويته شو هو؟
Like that if you live in a country, you might you don't give up your religion or your beliefs, but you have to give up your nationality. So he's saying that the people, the Arabs who live inside Israel are not Palestinians anymore. They have Israeli IDs, but they still have their religion. So they're discussing, the one state, two state solution.
So given that they can keep their religion and practice their religion, isn't that enough?
لا بكفيش.
What else is needed?
ما هو السجين بمارس دينه ده بيصلوا وبصوم
Even a
وكل
prisoner
شيء.
can still practice his religion.
Even a what?
The prisoner.
So if it's a one-state solution, what should this government of this state offer for you to be okay? We're happy with living with Israelis under one state together side by side. What should this government be like for you to be happy?
فيش مشكلة، احنا 4 سنين بنحكم، هم 4 سنين يحكموا.
It's like it's okay for us. It's like we govern them for 4 years and they get to govern us for 4 years.
Okay. Why not election and whoever wins?
إذا احنا عندنا مش مسويين انتخابات، نسوي عندهم مبروك يا ابن الحلال.
In Palestine, we don't even have elections. Are we gonna do that there?
Okay, but if they do, like if it becomes one state and everybody has equal rights, Jews, Muslims, they all have equal rights, and everybody votes, and everybody votes for the party that they want, and in the government that all the people select together, would that not be an outcome that you would support?
Exactly.
حكيتها قليلة.
Why?
حكيت أنت ماخذ مني، أنا سرقت منك الكاميرا هاي، أخذتها منك. بنصير اصحاب انا وياك.
It's like I took your camera.
بديش
Stole it
أعطيك
from you.
إياه.
Are we still friends?
Okay, but what if you didn't steal it from me? Your father stole it from me. So if your father stole it from me, I wouldn't hold it against you.
كيف
شردت
يعني
ابوه
انه من سرقوا كمان ابوك اللي سرقها مش انت.
ماشي حكيتها. لا حتى ولو
ليش
اللي له حق ترجمي له، اللي له حق بنسجله بعد 7 جيات.
You will hold the children of criminals responsible for the crimes of their fathers.
ما احنا عايشين هي ما ابن بقتله وابن بنت.
لا اولادنا عايشين وين عايشين اولادنا في المخيمات في وين عايشين
Our kids are living in refugee camps. So we're still
وين
paying.
عايشين اولادنا
So what I'm saying is that your kids could get along with their kids and forget what their fathers have done.
هذا يرجعونا اولادنا بيرجعونا ما فيش مشكله
نيفر.
نيفر
All right, thank you. Shukran.
حقيقة.
Do you think the conflict between Israel and Palestine is a religious conflict or a non-religious conflict?
Not religious, of course. Like there was Jews, Palestinian Jews.
Right.
Right now we have like Natori Karta. They were in Hebron 3 or 4 weeks ago because of the Muzarat al-Haram al-Ibrahim.
Tomb of Abraham. Yeah.
Yes. And Natori Karta were like last week in Salfit.
Last week?
Last week in a place called Salfit.
Okay.
Okay. Like they are Palestinian Jews. So I don't have any problem with Judaism.
Right.
Okay. But I have a problem with Zionist.
Right.
Zionist is the racist, the big problem. And for me, like, if you want to ask me about like solution for this conflict, I prefer the radical one.
What's the radical solution?
The radical one is they are come here, they have to go back, to return.
And
They
what,
have to return.
and what if, so the Jews that came here, they have to go back?
Because like I'm a Palestinian, okay? I live in Hebron,
Right.
and I was born in Jerusalem. But I don't have the right to go to Jerusalem because I have the green ID, the Palestinian ID.
You were born in Jerusalem?
I was born in Jerusalem.
And you don't have the right to go to Jerusalem?
Yes.
Okay.
Why a man who was coming from Poland and from Ethiopia, he can go to Jerusalem every day, he can go to Jaffa and Haifa and see the sea.
But
like I saw the sea during my life maybe 3 times. Why? So I prefer
you saw the sea only 2 or 3 times during
yes,
life?
the Mediterranean Sea.
But you,
Just 3
and
times.
you can't go there anymore? You're
No.
trapped here?
I have like papers or something.
Right.
You know, these complications. So I prefer the radical one, and I'm believing in radical one. Like all these Jews have a country already, from Morocco, from Europe, South America. I don't know, maybe Russia. There's a lot of Jews from Russia, not Jews, Christian,
Right.
but have the Israeli ID from Russia. So just go back to your home.
And what if they refuse?
I think, like they have nothing here to lose. Okay, like even they don't believe that Jerusalem is their capital, so they will go.
They will go?
They will go.
What if they don't? Just to be
The
clear,
fact-
what I ask is that the generation that is there, these are the children of people that you are saying shouldn't have come here. But now a lot of people are born here, they were raised here.
I know.
Should they go to the country that they never were raised in? They have no idea about Poland or Russia. Maybe if they go back there, they wouldn't even be given a citizenship. Like, would they have no place to go back to? So what do you think about that?
First of all, like I know that they have no fault. Okay, like they born here, they don't know nothing. It's not their fault. Okay.
Okay.
But Europe and America is already with Israel, so they will be like have a good lifestyle in Europe and America if they return. And the second thing that maybe not all the Palestinians know, but like, yes, we know like we are like a Palestinian knows the fact that we are a victim of the victims. Like yes, we are a victim from Israel, and they were victims from Europe, Holocaust and all these things.
Okay.
But this thing doesn't make them the right to kill us and to treat us like this. And another thing, like you can't say like we live the Nakba every day.
The Nakba,
So we can't forget.
So the Nakba is the great tragedy of 1948. Is that what you're...
Nakba, what happens in 67, what
67,
happened in
48.
48 in Sabra and
67
Shatila,
mostly, yeah.
Sabra and Shatila,
Yeah.
the camps in Lebanon, This is, we can't forget. Like 3,500 people, Palestinian people, from children and women and elders,
I have a
just had been killed. I can't forget.
Okay, are you an Arab?
Of course.
Okay, I'm from Iran. A lot of people in my country, they say they hate Arabs because Arabs invaded Iran and the Arabs killed a lot of Iranians.
The Iraqi people, yes.
And they invaded Iran and they say the Iranians today, they hate the Arabs for what the Arabs did 1400 years ago. Do you think that's fair?
Well, in politics, like, I hate all the governments, okay?
Right.
To be in general, like, hate all the governments, even the Palestinian government, okay? But I trust the people, okay? Like, I know that the Arabian people are with us and with Palestinians. And from Iran, all of them.
I'm from there.
All of them. And the Iranian one, okay? I know that because we are like Muslim, they are with us. The people, I don't know about the government. Saudi Arabia and Iran.
Saudi Arabia is with Palestine as well?
The people?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. But
Kuwaitian? Yes. Iraqi? Yes.
in Iran, it's actually the opposite. I mean, the government is with Palestine. The people are saying that fix problems at home, stop focusing on Palestine. What do you think about that?
Well, maybe I don't know like a lot of things about Iranian people. I'm not like,
not all of them. There's divided.
Divided, yes. But I know the subject of Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. It makes like them united. All the Muslims, not the Arabs. Like like there's from Asia, East of Asia,
Indonesia, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Okay, they are not Arab, but Muslims.
Right.
Okay. So this subject about Masjid Al-Aqsa make us united about the religion.
So didn't you just say that this is not a religious conflict, right? But now you're saying, that a lot of Muslims around the world, because of religion, they feel like a lot of support and unity. Does that not make it a religious conflict?
Me as a Palestinian, I feel and I know that I don't hate the Jew, but this man who called himself like as a Jew, okay?
Right.
He's occupied my land. He's not a Jew. He's a Zionist, okay?
Right.
And the people outside Palestine are like,
but people outside of Palestine, if you're getting most of your support from Muslims outside of Palestine, doesn't that make it a religious conflict? No?
I told you, like Arabs, okay, maybe because their nationality.
Right.
Okay.
But you also said Iran, Turkey, Indonesia. That's not. Yeah, they're not Arab.
Okay. Masjid Al-Aqsa, what?
It's Islam.
Is it for Arab or for Muslims? Muslims.
So religious.
So yes. But what's the main conflict? Like why there's conflict between me and Israel? Because of the land. Not because of I'm a Muslim.
So like for example, you say you were here before the Jews, right? Before the Jews that came here.
This is obvious.
So they say they were here 2,000 years ago.
I know, but they never have a state or an land, even in their book.
So they were
in Palestine, they were in Egypt, they were in Saudi Arabia,
So you agree that they were here before Muslims?
They were everywhere, in Europe, in the Arab world, everywhere.
So if they were here
they have
before,
never ever have a state.
There was no Palestine as a state.
There's what?
It was Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire, but in 18, and I have a lot of documents. Okay. 18, like you can say 19th century. Okay. The word of Palestine have been.
So the word doesn't mean it was a state because the word Israel was here before 2,000 years ago. The word Israel was also here 2,000 years ago.
Before like in 30s, okay? What was here? Like the British forces and
1917, the Balfour Accord?
No. Yes, after it, we were under what? Not the Ottoman Empire, the Intidab Britannia.
United Nations after British?
After Ottoman Empire.
Oh, okay. Ottoman Empire, British.
British. Okay. Yeah. The British. There's a passport who says British, like a British Council, State of Palestine. Okay.
Right.
Before Islam. Golda Meir. You know Golda Meir?
Okay. No.
Golda Meir, like political, an Israeli political. Okay.
So the British
in an interview, she said, I'm a Palestinian. I'm a Palestinian.
Okay, so your argument for why this is Palestine is because the British issued Palestinian documents. Is that
No,
your argument?
I say about British, like British confess that we are Palestine, that there's a Palestine.
Right. What do you think if the Israelis decide that no, we're not leaving? If them leaving is not the solution, what's the second best solution?
It's like something that differs from person to person. Okay, for me, there will never ever be a peace.
Never
I
peace?
can't forget Nakba. I can't forget anything
Okay.
daily happened.
What
okay?
if you can't forget it, but maybe your children will forget it?
Never. I will
Your
raise
grandchildren.
him. I will
Your
raise
grandchildren might
him.
forget.
Never. I will raise him.
They will
to,
not.
to
Okay.
discriminate.
Okay. They will not.
discriminate between Zionist and Jew. This is
Maybe
the
they
first.
won't forget, but
Yes.
they will forgive. They will not. They will remember and they will forgive.
Well, Arabs, okay, maybe forgive, but never forget.
Okay. So
Never.
that's the solution. Never forget, but forgive, and live side by side. Yes. Deal.
No.
Forgive.
No.
Forgive.
No.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
I can't be
Okay.
tolerate with all,
Alright.
all
Shukran.
Habibi, shukran.
Thank you.
Shukran.
Do you think that this conflict between Israel and Palestine, do you think it's a religious conflict or a non-religious
It's
conflict?
non-religious. It has a religious aspect.
It has some religious aspect.
Definitely, it's religious. I feel on one side.
No,
Is that
let me say something. They are using religion to justify their actions
and their state
and their occupation.
You guys gave me the smartest answer because some people think it's all about religion. Some people
No,
think
no,
it's
it's
not
not
religion.
about. We have Jews.
Yeah.
We have Samaritans here.
Right.
in Nablus.
In Nablus.
But I usually think that usually the conflicts that have religious elements in it, the goal is something else, but religion is used as a tool.
Yes,
to-
of course.
You
Yeah,
agree
of
with
course.
that?
Yes, I
Okay.
agree.
So you
Like
religion? Yeah, go ahead.
In Syria.
Like in Syria.
They
Okay.
religion was used to destabilize Syria.
But that means that religion is a major element, even though if it's not the end goal or the intention, it is a powerful weapon in the conflict.
It is, but it's not the core of the conflict.
At the beginning of the conflict, it was a group of Arabs who want independence, want their own state, Palestinian
want
state, and the
All
other
the people to leave their land, and immigrants.
Okay, so what are your guys' views on Israel?
On Israelis or on the Israeli
On the
state?
Israeli state.
Okay, first of all, settlements, I hate them. They should go.
Okay.
And everyone kicked out, yani, boy.
But you're talking about
out of the West Bank.
But Israelis.
Ooh.
we are with two-state solution.
your two-state solution.
Yes.
Oh, you disagree?
I am with two-state solution.
Okay.
I mean, we should look in idealism and the reality.
You say they should leave, but you're the first people that you're saying that they should leave the
West Bank.
the West Bank,
As
not
a start. As a start. for
as a
some
start.
people.
But
For some people.
should they leave this whole land?
No.
You're saying they should stay.
Yes, yeah, they should stay.
But
But
the people they kicked out should return.
what?
The people they kicked
Refugees.
out. The refugees.
Oh, the right of return.
The right of return, yes.
Okay, but
Like
a lot of Jews were also kicked out of Arab countries, though. You know
they came
that?
here. They came here.
No, I'm saying so. A lot of Palestinians were kicked.
But they don't want to go back.
Yes, they don't.
Okay,
That's the difference.
so they don't want to go back because Israel.
Moroccan Jews.
All right, I'm going to say a controversial thing here. Okay,
Yes.
they say the Jews that were left Arab countries and now they're in Israel, they don't want to leave, but the Palestinians that left and now here, they want to leave because Jews have made a great country. So they want to leave because it's not because. So they are saying, look, this place that we came to was empty, was sand, was nothing, and we turned it into a good. I know. I'm just saying what I hear from them. Okay, just bear with me. We turned it into a good country. It would be nothing without us here. What do you say to that?
I think there was a period in the 60s where Israel can be depression.
Yes,
There was an economic depression. in
Economic
Israel.
depression.
And they still wanted to come back. يعني. Most people who want to come back, or a lot of people want to come back, don't want the Israelis to be there when they come back. So,
Okay.
So,
Israel
yeah.
Israel is having a very bad period of relations with the Western countries. The only last country supporting or backing Israel is the United States
Canada.
And Canada.
Wait, what about Canada?
Is supporting Israel?
Supporting Israel.
Yes.
and all UK كمان.
No, not very much.
The
No,
UK.
not very much.
The Tories اللي فيهم conservatives.
No, this relation.
And you see that it's
this
bad thing.
this relation is threatened.
is threatened to an end with recently announcing the Labour Party in UK to recognizing Palestine, which would lead to more international isolation to Israel. Therefore, this will all lead to a depression.
Israel is growing more and more right wing. No one seems to care. No one cares.
Well, actually, we've been in Israel for the past 3 days.
No one outside
Israel.
Like America, they don't care.
I mean, okay, a lot of us atheists and secularists, we care about the fact that Israel is becoming more religious.
But the government.
Of course, well, the religious people are happy that it's getting more religious, of course. The right-wing people are happy that But a lot of Israelis are worried. Let's finish this. I just want to know, do you think the two-state solution is the right way to go?
Oh, yes.
I think as a matter of principle, Israel shouldn't exist. But as a matter of reality, I don't think that's feasible.
Okay, so given that that's not feasible, what's the best outcome? Two-state solution, one-state solution?
Two-state solution.
Two? Both of you agree?
But
can I say
But that's becoming more and more unlikely.
More and more unlikely.
Because of settlements.
So reality, one-state solution, all equal under one state?
Yes. But they wouldn't support. It won't be unequal.
They wouldn't support.
The number of Arabs in both here and there
together is more.
They outnumber.
But this cannot last forever, right?
Yes.
Okay, so given that they will never leave, given that the two-state solution is never going to be possible anymore with the settlement, given that
I didn't say it could be possible, but
it could be possible.
Why? Well, look at all the settlements. How is that going to be possible?
They could destroy them or leave them for us.
Come on.
They could leave them for us. They are illegal. They have no right to exist in the West Bank.
Okay. None of them. So if I tell you that the main argument from the other side for the settlement is religion, wouldn't you agree with me that this is a religious conflict?
They're trying to make it religious.
It's a religious
No, because I could tell you that most of the non-religious people, Israeli, Jewish, and non-religious people in Israel, many of them are against the settlement. They want Israel to exist, but they're against the settlements. The most of the arguments for the settlement is religion. Some people are trying to also have non-religious argument, but it's mostly religion.
You said it. It's just an argument to justify their violations of international.
Then why
we don't care about their causes.
Then why is it that
I
the
care about
atheists are against
the settlements are illegal. This is all I care about.
They're Israeli citizens, Jewish Israeli citizens, that agree with you.
Atheists,
many of them.
Or in general, atheists tend to be left-wing in Israel. In general.
Right now, it's right-wing.
But atheists.
Oh, yes.
Atheists.
Yes.
And generally, a lot of them tend to be more upper-class Ashkenazim. From what I think.
Okay.
Their opposement to settlements, religious but also political.
No, I mean...
But you have to... A lot of people live in settlements.
Did you guys know that a lot of Jewish Israeli people are against the settlement? Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay.
But the government is not.
But a lot of non-religious Jews live in the settlements because the government is financing the settlements.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's cheap though.
It's cheap.
So, okay.
People want to live where it's cheap.
Okay. Would you guys be able to forgive Israel as a state if one day you all live as one nation? If all of you live, Israelis, Palestinians, one nation, equal citizenship, all have the same vote, equal rights, side by side, would you be able to forgive the past?
I'm not into one-state solution, so how can I? In that situation, if we get all of our rights, I would think about it. Maybe I would.
If the refugees return,
but there are many refugees outside of Palestine.
The total amount of Palestinians. The total amount of Palestinians overall is 11 million.
Oh shit. Okay.
Bank and Gaza Strip 4.5 million.
4.9, I think.
Yes.
And then in Israel like 2 million, and then overall it's like 5 million.
Do you think your generation of people, like your generation, can maybe somehow reach out to Israelis, people your age there, and like start working on coming up with a solution together, so that when you guys grow up and you guys are in charge, then you already have figured this out because you've been in touch with each other for years and years? Is that something that you could invest in?
Maybe. Personally, I have an Israeli friend from Instagram. Yeah, maybe. Yes,
maybe?
I think it's possible.
Okay. Well, let's hope for that. But
I don't.
Oh, you're more pessimistic. Let's hope you're wrong.
But I think the most possible solution: Israel annexes the West Bank, and we live here with no rights.
You live here
with no rights.
That could not stay for. That's unsustainable. That cannot be forever. It will eventually.
It's happening right now.
I mean, yeah, but
and it's increasing.
It cannot sustain itself. This will eventually end. It cannot be like this forever.
And I think the solution also has something to do with the international community.
More than 50 years and it's still going.
Okay, and I have to apologize. Where I come from, my country is also Iran is also responsible for using the Palestinian people as a pawn. Who? The Iranian government.
Who Palestinians?
What?
Which Palestinians?
No, they use their support for Palestinian people as a political tool.
Yes, they're saying that they want to liberate Palestine, but on the way to liberating Palestine, make conflict in Yemen, make conflict in Syria, make conflict in Iraq, make conflict in Lebanon. Yes,
Right.
that's true.
Yeah,
I agree.
They pretend to be your supporters and they don't give a shit.
It's beneficial to be
beneficial to be
with them.
To be with them?
Like
financially?
Yeah.
For financial support from Iran?
The leftist parties get financial support here.
The leftist parties here get financial support from
Or
Iran?
used to until
So you're saying even if their intentions are not good, it's still better than nothing?
It's a pragmatic view.
It's a pragmatic view. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Anyways, I'm going to shake your hand. Thank you so much. It was you guys are, I mean, even if we don't agree, even though we might disagree on some points, I really appreciate the amount of nuance in your views. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks, Salam. Thank you. Shukran.
Yeah.
We are creating this content independently. We rely on fan support to be able to cover all our costs. If you are a fan of this type of content, please support us. There are a couple of different ways that you guys could support us in the description. These kind of content do cost money. We have a lot of expenses to cover. If you want this kind of on-the-ground investigative content where we go into the communities, we talk to different people from different communities and their leaders, and ask them firsthand, and ask them the questions that we're good at. Please consider supporting us. We really do need your support to be able to continue with this project.
Hi, my name is Jeremy and I run the production company Aurora Creative Media, which right now is literally just me running around with a camera and producing various types of documentary content. So if you see that swooshy little A logo with the Aurora badge, it's not like a big company or anything, it's just me running around with some cameras and making cool content. It was a blast going to Israel with Drew and Armin and producing these videos with these guys. So they're just amazing people to work with. If you want to support me and what they do, and well, I guess primarily support me because I have zero social media following right now, just follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the standard social media outlets. I would really appreciate it and just keep up to date. I hope to do more documentary content like this with these guys in the future, preferably on a much bigger scale and with a budget. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching all of the content that I helped with.